Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet, and welcome back to episode 14 of this Let's Play Modded Minecraft Survival Stories 3 series with me, ReNDoG. In the previous episode, we began the process of updating our Meteor Man Cave into a futuristic laboratory of awesomeness. And in this episode, my friends, we're going to continue to do that, man. We are going to get this place looking absolutely amazing. I am in the zone today, guys. I just cannot wait to play some Modded Minecraft. Last night I spent about 2 or 3 hours just playing on the server, doing a few things here and there, and by a few things I mean many things. I'm going to show you guys a lot of that in the beginning of this episode. But guys, today we are going to be transforming this place, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. Sit back and relax, man. I got a cup of tea. Hope you got something tasty to sip on. And I hope you are ready for some Modded Minecraft. Now, let's talk about some of the changes that I've made and some of the awesomeness that you can behold before you. In the previous episode, this tunnel was looking pretty damn janky. A lot of you guys were saying in the comments that it was way too small. It felt super cramped. So what I've done is I've stretched it out a little bit, and now the corridor is actually wider than it is high, and I think that that's created a really cool futuristic effect. I really love how this thing has turned out. I've also added these XP drain grates, which we used for our XP tank down there, on top of the power cables and the item transfer cables that I want to run throughout the entirety of this corridor. And I think that looks absolutely amazing. Don't you guys absolutely love that? Oh man, so awesome that that XP grate is actually useful elsewhere. The only problem with this is that it's extremely expensive. Literally, it requires a butt ton of iron bars. Check it out. I think it's something like this, right? Yeah. So just to make one XP grate requires a ridiculous amount of iron, but I think it's an expense I'm willing to spend because I think it just looks so freaking badass in here, man. I also found this really cool texture from one of the chisel laboratory blocks. I believe it's this one, the enameled wall vents. And just to remind you guys, these things are called wedges, I believe. Yeah, they're carpenter's wedger slope. And check it out, if we stick that in there, it creates these these grates, or these vents, I suppose, in the walls of the corridor. I think that looks absolutely awesome. Actually, there is a little bit of stone that we need to replace there with some laboratory block wallage. Let's do that a bit. Now, thank you so much for everybody who has been commenting on this build in the previous episode. I know a ton of you guys were really enjoying it. I know that some of you guys weren't really enjoying it that much. You were saying it was looking way too white and way too clean. Well, I think we might be actually fixing that now. We've added a little bit of gray in here and some gray from the vents, and of course we've got the red coming from the flux duct cable down there, which kind of really brings the whole thing out. You know what I don't really like is this roof. I'm going to change it right now while we are over here. Let's get the chisel out. I'm thinking, oh, there's something that I want to try that one of you guys told me about. You said you can add a bit of glowstone into a carpenter's block, and that will actually provide light. So instead of throwing torches and stuff all over the place, you can actually just use a carpenter's block to do this. So let's get ourselves a little bit of glowstone. I'm going to pick up a few glowstone here, and yes, I know there's a lot of things that have changed around here, and you guys want to see them. Don't worry, my friends, we're going to get to that in a moment. I'm going to show you guys all of the changes that have been made around here. It's going to blow you away, man. Everything is looking so freaking awesome. Let's just make for ourselves a few more sticks so that we can make a carpenter's block. And yeah, I'm not very prepared for today's episode, I must admit, guys. It is the 31st of December 2015, the last day of the year, and I thought I would just take a nice chilled out episode of Minecraft with you guys, of Modded Minecraft, and just to go for it, man. You know, just you and I sit down, play some Modded Minecraft together, take it easy, not have to worry about progression or any of that sort of thing. Let's just play together and see how that goes. Now, I want to try a little something here, okay? So I want to see if this actually works. One of you guys said, okay, stick some glowstone into the carpenter's block. So I'm going to right click on the carpenter's block. Does that do anything? I don't think that did that. I don't think that did anything, right? What happens if we left click on it? No, that doesn't do anything. Do we have to put the glowstone into the carpenter's block, perhaps? I don't actually know. Did that actually work? I have no idea whether that worked or not. Maybe we have to put... If we right click a bit of instead of glowstone dust, a bit of glowstone itself. Maybe that's what we need to do. I think so. Let's try that. Let's try stick a little bit of a full block of glowstone in there. See if that's actually going to do the trick. This is going to be absolutely perfect for what we are trying to do here. We definitely don't want to have these ugly-ass torches everywhere, right? We want to have some sort of light that comes from somewhere. So check it out. Okay, so if we stick that in there, that gives it the glowstone texture. Now, if I want to use this interesting laboratory block. Check it out. This one. The fuzzy panel, because it looks like a neon light panel, kind of. Check it out. If I stick it down over here, see what I'm saying? It kind of looks like a neon light panel, which I think looks pretty cool. Right, so we've got the glowstone in there. What happens if we right-click on that now? Oh, okay. I see. Is that what you guys meant? I'm not sure if that's exactly what you guys meant, but I suppose that works. I'm guessing, though, that, oh, I see what's happened there. The way the carpenter's blocks work is that you can assign a texture to the carpenter's block by using a block of choice to give that carpenter's block a texture. But then if you right-click on it again, it creates like a panel or another little layer on top of the carpenter's block. I think that's what's going on over here. So check it out. If we stick another bit of glowstone in here, just to make sure that it's consistent, we stick the carpenter's block like that. Now, if we put the block in here, yes, it is a level below there. See, now if we right-click again, it'll bring it out like that. Okay, well, I suppose that's pretty cool. I actually really like how these lights look like they're sort of coming down out of the roof, right? That adds like another little bit of depth in there. I do like this little ridge. I think that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I think I prefer that roof, actually. That looks pretty damn cool. I wish it was actually glowing, though, right? That would be pretty awesome. I don't really know if I've done the glowstone thing correctly. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comment section below with that. But yeah, so this is going to be the corridor design for the new Meteor Laboratory. And don't you think it looks freaking awesome? I think that maybe there are too many of these grids. I think maybe we could, let's have a look. Let's just assign a normal enameled wall to the chisel. And now what we could do is just change them. I think we can actually change them by left clicking. Oh, maybe you can't do it on the wedges. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, what happens if we right click on the wedge with this? Will that change it? No. Okay, so still a little bit to learn about carpenter's blocks, guys. Getting my head around the whole thing. But yeah, I think it's looking absolutely freaking awesome, don't you? Oh man, it looks so cool. You know, there's so many other things that we can do also. Check it out. There's this really cool directional console thing that I want to try out also. Let's try out a couple of these. Going to the left, and now we can assign it to the chisel. Now this should work on the solid block, I think, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So check it out. How cool is that? Oh, baby, that looks so awesome. I don't know, it might be a little bit too much. A little bit too much blue and stuff going on, but I think that looks really, really cool. And I think for the other side, obviously, we need to go to the right. So let's go this way instead, indicating, you know, which direction to run when you're in here. I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, we might want to variate it a little bit so that it's not just the arrow all the way through. But yeah, man, there are so many options that we can try here. And it's why, man, I've spent a lot of time for the last couple of hours, man. I have been in this laboratory just trying out and experimenting like this. It's been very, very cool. But yeah, man, I'm so happy with how it's turned out. I think it's looking absolutely jazz-tastic. Now, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I've been working on also that I can't wait to show you guys. So let's get into the other rooms inside of the laboratory. I want to start down in the storage room, man. This storage room is going to blow you away. Check it out, my friends. Oh, baby! You got a little taste of it when we came down here to get some glowstone. But as you can see, I've transformed the storage room into essentially a much more fancy futuristic looking storage room. Instead of it looking like wooden barrels, I've made it look a lot more like it fits into the rest of the build. I've also used a whole bunch of carpenter's wedges to create this really cool wall over here, and I think it looks so freaking awesome, don't you guys? It feels like we're in the Millennium freaking Falcon or something, and certainly a build that I want to use when we eventually create the RenStar space platform, which is going to be a giant space platform designed to suck this planet dry of its resources. So yeah, that is going to be absolutely awesome. That's looking sweet. Now, I applied the same thing to the pulverization chamber over here. I've actually increased the width of the whole thing by 1 block, and as you can see, it goes all the way around like this. And I've also now hidden the shame of all of the piping and whatnot that is inside of the pulverization facility. Now I can hear you guys asking me, ReNDoG, how in the name of all that is holy did you do this awesomeness? Well, I used a thing called a cover. I think these things are called covers. Yes, this is a laboratory block cover. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make this because they are super easy to make, and they're kind of finicky. But with enough patience, you can use them to create a beautiful, beautiful looking thing in your worlds of Minecraft, just like I've done over here. So check it out. What you need is something called an iron saw, or any kind of saw really. If you have a look here, there's iron, there's stone, there's iron, there's diamond, ruby, sapphire, and amethyst, and they're very simple to make. An iron saw is just stone rods with some sticks and a bit of iron, and a stone rod is just literally making sticks or like you would out of wood. You just use 2 pieces of stone, and that's going to make for yourself an iron saw. Now with your iron saw, what you can do is you can literally cut blocks in twain, right? So let me show you exactly what I mean. For example, we want to make ourselves some laboratory block covers over here. I'm going to right click on the chisel and just make ourselves some straight up laboratory blocks. So let's get those in the belly. Now, check it out. If we bust open the saw by right-clicking on it in our hotbar, or actually just having it in our hotbar like this, I think. Yeah, so we're going to stick the saw into our crafting table with the laboratory block like this underneath it. That's going to cut the laboratory block into a micro block, or basically cuts it in half, right? What we can then do is cut this one in half, right, and cut those in half, and then we can cut these in half again. So now we've gone from laboratory block to laboratory block slab, right, to laboratory block panel, right, and then we can cut the laboratory block panel into a laboratory block cover. Now the really cool thing about this is that we can do this with pretty much any block, even if it has been chiseled into a different texture. So for example, if we wanted to do this one, that one actually doesn't work. Dang it, the one that I choose that doesn't work. Okay, some of them don't work, but I know that a lot of them do. Well, okay, that's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, so now we've got our laboratory block cover. What we can do is hold shift, and you can see that we can place these covers in any way we really want to. And of course, what I was doing here was just covering up the shame. Now, we also can make these tiny little corner ones too, right? So if we take the saw and we cut this laboratory block cover in half, I think it's like this, it's going to make us a laboratory block strip. And with the strips, we can fill in these gaps over here, right? So check it out, we can fill these up. And these are basically the things that I used in the storage room to make it look really cool. So using covers and using strips. Now, while we're here, there is actually something that I wanted to try. There is a very cool laboratory block that I saw. This one, it's called an information panel, which is kind of cool. I want to see if we can cut the information panel down, and maybe we can try and cut down some more of these grids too. That could be pretty cool. So let's try and cut one of these down, the vents. Okay, that doesn't look like it's going to work. If I place it, is it going to have a texture? No, that's not going to have a texture. Okay, so it looks like not all of the chisel blocks can be cut down, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to, yeah, that's not going to work. I was hoping to sort of spice up the look of this one. You can see that it cuts down these ones, these blue ones for some reason. It cuts these down perfectly fine. But for some reason, it doesn't cut down the others. Okay, so it looks like it'll cut down some of them. Maybe the ones that have animations, it doesn't cut down. But anyway, that's looking pretty cool. Now, what we can do is use this method to finish off the storage room look and feel, which is what I first want to start with. By the way, I've done a little bit of venting and stuff here too. I know a lot of you guys were asking me to do this because I used this method in my previous Feed the Beast series. And yeah, man, it's looking absolutely awesome. What we'll do is finish off the rooms now. There's a few things that we need to finish off. I need to go get myself some more wood and stuff to make some more carpenter blocks. And yeah, then we'll carry on working on this tunnel. Yeah, be back in a second. You know what, guys? Nothing makes me happier than the feeling that I kind of know what I'm doing in modern Minecraft. Even though it may be an illusion, let's just pretend that it's true, okay? I've just been preparing myself for the little bit of craftage that we're gonna do down here, and it is gonna be absolutely sweet. First thing that I do, though, is need to make for myself another carpenter's hammer. Let's just have a look at the recipe. Okay, easy to do. I got myself a few more carpenter's blocks, a few more laboratory blocks, and I think it was like that, right? Yeah, that's what we need to do. There we go, baby. Now, as you guys can see, I have been creating this sort of visage, as Iskal would put it, all the way around the storage facility, and the visage continues along the barrel arrays too. Now, what we're going to do now is finish off the barrel arrays and the walls, and this will basically show you guys exactly how I did this. I know that some of you guys now are kind of confused, and you're thinking to yourself, ReNDoG, you have gone way too ahead of us, man. You've made way too much progress without us. Please don't skip ahead so much. We want to see what you're doing, but don't worry, guys. I'm going to take you through each step of it. Okay, so check it out. I've just made a whole bunch of these laboratory block covers. Let's just get rid of that. And all I basically did was cover up the shame of all of these barrels by holding down Shift and placing down these covers like this on the outsides of them, right? So there we go, looking good. Hang on, is my freaking audio up? I don't know. No, the audio isn't up. All right, there we go. I keep making that mistake. Now, of course, what we need to do is the inside of this also, or the barrel face side of it, and for that we need a whole bunch of those strips. So we're going to get back into our inventory and we're going to make a bunch of these strips by cutting down these covers into a whole bunch of strippage. There we go, nicely done. Man, our iron saw is taking a punch from that. I think I'm gonna have to make myself a diamond one. And essentially all that I did was I laid down a row or a line of the strippage along the bottom of each of the barrels, like this. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way along like this. Not on the top one, because I don't want to cover up the totals of items that are in the barrels themselves. Oh, by the way, guys, thanks to everybody who was trying to help me out in the previous episode with regards to the sorting system of the barrels. And yeah, I was kind of derping up a little bit, and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how this whole system is working now, thanks to everybody who contributed. Basically, what was happening, the reason a lot of those ingots were ending up in empty barrels is because, of course, those barrels that they were ending up in were the closest barrel to the source of the pipe, right? Or the closest available space when the item entered the pipes network. So what I have done here is I have filled up all of the unused barrels with a stick. Okay, so now any ingot that enters the pipe system, or any item that enters the pipe system, will either go to its designated barrel in the storage system or into the overflow chests over here. So I know there is also some way that you can lock a chest. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Some of you guys were saying it's Shift, right click, but that doesn't seem to lock the chest. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I think that does lock it, because it looks like, what is that little thing in the corner there? Oh, okay, there we go. That actually does put a little lock in it. So if you Shift right click on these barrels, it also locks the barrel to that item, I think. I think that's how it works. Let's just try, if we try this one, Shift right click. Do I have to do it with nothing in my hand? Maybe that's how we do it. Okay, yes we do. Okay, there we go. So if we have the lock in place, we can't actually take out more than one item, if you see what I'm saying here. So for example, let's lock this one, and then let's try and take out all of the pipes, or we're going to take out all of the leadstone flux ducts. But as you can see, it still remains a leadstone flux duct barrel. So that's pretty cool. I think I'll probably just have to Shift right click all of these barrels then also, just to make sure that they're 100% locked. Final strippage has been applied to the last row of the storage facility. Just a few more little tweaks to do here and there to finish off the look of the whole thing. But isn't it looking awesome? Oh, baby, it has come out something sweet. Let me just make sure I've done the same on this side. We're just got to make sure that we plug in all of these corners. By the way, guys, just a little bit of a warning with regards to these micro blocks. They can lag your world pretty badly if you use them too much, so try and use them sparingly. These strips, I don't think we'll use these strips again in this particular build. I think that's more than enough strippage for one build, but I just really love how it's transformed this storage facility into something much sweeter, right? It's looking cool. We're going to need to figure out how to get some light and stuff up in here also, and I'm thinking we probably want to change the roof of the aisles into that really cool laboratory block that looks like neon lights, but we'll get to that. Next up, I want to finish off the actual walls of this sucker, so let's get some wedge action going on over here. I want to show you guys exactly how I made these little corner pieces over here. I know that I can hear some of you guys asking me screaming at your screen, ReNDoG, how in the jazz did you do that? I'm going to show you guys in a second, but check it out. We place the wedges, then we just right click the laboratory blocks, or any block really, into the wedge, and the wedge is then going to take up the texture of that block. So that's really, really cool. It's a really nice, easy way for you to create a foundation out of these carpenter blocks and then paint. It's basically like painting it, right? It's like painting the whole place. I know it's looking a little bit bland now. I think what we'll do is experiment with adding a few of those gray textures in here or something like that. But for now, let's just get the whole thing sorted. Now, I want to show you guys exactly how I did this gray thing. Hang on, be quiet for a second. Oh, listen to that! The footstep sound effects sound like you're running on metal. That has just made me even happier. That is so freaking awesome. It just adds another awesome dimension to this laboratory, right? It just makes it feel a little bit more realistic, man. That is so cool. But anyway, guys, let me show you exactly how I did this jazz, right? So what we want to do is we want to get one of these wedges into place here. And as you can see, a wedge can take many different shapes and forms, right? So actually, we kind of messed that one up. Let me show you a little bit away from here. Yeah, over here. So check it out. If I get my hammer out and I right click on the wedge, you can see that it takes a whole bunch of different shapes and forms, all of which sort of connect to each other in different ways. So you can use these wedges to create pretty intensely detailed builds and structures using different angles. But in this situation, we are looking for two very specific types of wedges, right? The first wedge, if we get our hammer out, is going to look a little something like that, okay? So we have this ramp over here, and then of course we wanted to connect up and make a straight line going to the top. So if we stick another wedge up here, we can see that's made that sort of straight one, but we wanted to be able to connect to this one that has a flat top on it. So we're just going to right click on it like this until we get the right one, and there it is now. Wedges do act smartly most of the time. So if we right click and place one there, you can see it automatically changed itself to fit that beautiful little build like that. So that's looking awesome. And then all we have to do now is paint it and get all of the wedges filled in with the different textures that we want to use. In this case, we're just using these enameled white walls for now, and we're going to try and add a little bit more texture to that too. So we've got to do it to this corner also. So we'll get our hammer out, get that wedge to, oh, there it was, dang it. As you can see, there are a ridiculous amount of them, which is amazing. By the end of this series, I don't know how many episodes we're going to make, but it's going to be at least 100. We are going to be building the most amazing stuff, I think, guys. I just can't wait, man. It's like a whole new palette has been opened up to me, you know, as an artist, I suppose. I've been given a whole new type of paintbrush and paint. You know, it's as if I've been painting with crayons for 4 years and someone has just introduced me to oil. Oh, man. So freaking awesome. Look at that, guys. We finished off the interior design of this sweet-ass storage room, and I just think it's looking absolutely fantastic. Don't you? I think it just looks so freaking awesome. What I do want to do, though, is kind of work on breaking up the monotony of it. Even though the white is broken up, it does feel a little bit monotonous, doesn't it? And I'm thinking we can probably do something about that with chisel. We could probably line, using this cool fuzzy panel again, we could probably line, let's just assign it to the chisel. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying that, those of you guys who haven't used chisel before, one of the questions I saw was, isn't chisel cheating? Because you're not really using resources to chisel, right? Is that what's happening? And it's not really the case. Any block that you place into a carpenter's block or use in a chisel actually gets used up. I know that it looks like, sometimes it looks like the blocks aren't being used up by the chisel, or by the carpenter's blocks, but they definitely are. So I hope that answers some of your guys' questions. I know a few of you guys asked me about that. You know what, guys? I think that this arrow block, this blue arrow block thing, could actually be pretty cool for this particular build. You know, the more that I run around here, the more that I feel a little bit lost, mostly because there's so much symmetry going on, right? So if you're here, you could be anywhere in the storage rooms, and these arrows kind of help you to find your way out, kind of like the exit sign in a building or something like that, right? You know what I mean? It kind of feels like that sort of thing. I think that's pretty cool. So check it out. If we do that, and maybe we make the entrance double wide, just so that we maintain the symmetry on both sides. So let's just dig this out a little bit like that. We'll just ignore the ugliness of it for now. But check it out. So we have these sort of exit signs, I suppose, or go in this direction kind of thing. Maybe we only use one of them too. We don't have to overuse these. Let's be a little bit gentle with them because they are quite colorful, very, very blue. Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. And maybe we use the double along the long side of the thing. Yeah, actually that could work pretty nicely. Yeah, these are in the center, right? 1, 2, 1. And let's get a double in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's smack bang, or 8, I think. That's smack bang in the middle, right? So maybe we have to do a triple here, going this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's sort of in the center. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually, right? I kind of dig that. And then in this one, let's see how long this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we could do for this one is put one in that direction, one in that direction, right? So when you come to this point, you can go either way to get out, I suppose. Or, actually, we're doing this wrong, right? So what we want to do is show the exit. Yes, we don't want to show the entrance, so we're doing this in the wrong way around. So check it out. This is the way out, right? Yes, that makes sense. Okay, that's beautiful. So you can go that way or that way to get out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, like that. So this is the way out. That's the way out. And that is the way out. Nice! Oh man, that is so cool. I love that. Now, there's another block that I want to try and use, and that is the laboratory information console, which kind of looks like a little computer screen. I think that looks pretty cool. So if we added a laboratory console perhaps over here, we'd have to do a double like this, right? That looks like a little computer screen or something. That looks pretty cool. And maybe we could do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll have to add double here too. Just like that. Nice. That's looking pretty cool, I suppose. It would be more awesome if the screen actually moved. That would be epic. Maybe we can stick another one in here. This is sort of controlling the overflow panel, I suppose. And then we could stick another single one on this side. Yep, and then we just maintain the symmetry and get these suckers like this. Nice. Oh, baby, this is looking awesome, isn't it, guys? There we go. Okay, looking sweet. There we go, man. That is looking awesome. Feeling like a laboratory. I would like to get a little bit more animation in here. I wonder if there's a screen that we can use that actually moves. And I do want to try and figure out some sort of a light feature for this place. The light is kind of hurting my soul right now. It's very, very dark in here. But yeah, that's looking freaking awesome, isn't it, my friends? Oh, baby. I'm not going to do any more on this. I can't wait to see what you guys say about that new storage room design. Let me know in the comment section below if some of you guys are chisel masters and you know of any way that we can make the place look even more awesome. Please do give me a shout in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to be reading the comments of this video very, very closely. Now, let's carry on working on this little bit of a tunnel tunnel over here. I wanted to get back to this because I was really enjoying it. Check it out. You can actually put these microblocks back together, which is really, really cool. So they don't stay microblocks forever. All you have to do is just stick them back together, which is really awesome. So let's just do a little bit of repair work, get all of my laboratory blocks back. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. There we go. Couple of laboratory block slabs back into laboratory blocks. There we go. And now we can carry on working on this really cool little corridor that we've got going on. So freaking pumped about it. I think it's just looking absolutely amazing. And I'm so proud of how it's turned out, guys. You know, it's very seldom in Minecraft that your builds come out exactly the way that you envision them. You know, usually you have to spend quite a lot of time working on them and perfecting them and trying different methods and so on. But, you know, last night, after playing on the CyberDog Nation server a little bit, I was just so freaking pumped about the new year, about everything, about playing Minecraft. I was in such a mood to play that I logged into Survival Stories and just jammed for, you know, 2-3 hours and came up with all of this awesome stuff. And I'm so happy with how it's turned out. We're going to have to sort of change the layout of the cave a little bit, but I think that's totally cool. The way that I see it going is that we're going to have this tunnel going through here, or this passageway, and then it's going to veer off this way and go around the corner. I don't know how we're going to actually make it bend. That's going to be another challenge to deal with. But using these wedges, I think we'll be able to do a pretty decent job. And then coming off this corridor, coming here in the diagonal, we'll have the various different rooms. And then underneath, we will have like a pod or something where we will sleep. You know, like a sleeping pod or something like that. I think that would be pretty awesome. A hibernation pod, shall we call it? Oh man, I just love how this pipage looks underneath these grates. I think it's just so freaking badass. It's turning out exactly the way that I envisioned it. Remember, guys, I was talking about this sort of thing. I don't know if I articulated myself very well, but this was exactly the kind of thing that I was going for, or that my personal imagination was able to conjure when I was thinking up how I wanted the entrance of this laboratory to look like. And these grates, I think, are really the block that is sending it over the edge for me. I just think that these grates look so amazing. And now that we've done this little thing too, it kind of matches up. You know, there's a little ledge here in between the top of the platform that you walk on and the bottom, and the same goes for the top over there. So things are turning out so freaking nicely with this build, and I am absolutely loving it. I hope you guys are enjoying it too, man. You know, this series is making me extremely happy. I am enjoying every single moment of it, and you know, it's all thanks to my freaking brother from a Swedish mama, Scalda85, who invited me into his Survival Stories universe. And man, you know, from the very first minute of recording all the way up until now, I have not looked back, and I am loving it, man. I don't want the series to ever end, you know. I just want to carry on playing the series for as long as I possibly can. And I have no idea what's going on there, but yeah, we'll just ignore it. Oh, it looks like I did stick a whole bunch of glowstone in here or something, didn't I? Yeah. Anyway, oh, I see what I did here. Yeah, I need to use the carpenter's blocks for this, don't I? Yeah. Well, that might not be the best use of resources, actually. It's not the most efficient use of laboratory blocks and or carpenter blocks. And it does make me worry a little bit about the lag that I might create. You know, the more of these things we use, the more lag potential we have in our world. So I don't want to make it too bad. I don't want to lag out Iskal's game either, because he's playing on the same server, obviously. So we've got to try be a little bit gentle with all of these carpenter blocks, but so far it doesn't seem to be lagging too badly. I think things are going pretty well. Let's just get all of this finished off. Jeez, man, how much iron do these grates use? It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Let's head back into the storage rooms, get for ourselves a few more stacks of iron ingots. Luckily, I think we have quite a lot of iron. Yeah, we got enough iron for this. We don't have to worry too much about it. And, you know, it's a pretty easy recipe to make. I mean, it's just iron bars, a whole bunch of iron bars like this. I have a feeling, though, we're going to need quite a lot of this. But you know what, man? I feel like iron is kind of like the black sheep of the modded family. I mean, it's important, and iron is used in a lot of stuff, but I think as you progress into the mid and late game of modded, I think iron becomes like less and less important. I could be completely wrong, though, and I probably am. You modded experts out there are probably face palming your damn foreheads off right now. But yeah, you know, like iron is you know, it's definitely the easiest thing to get. And if you've got a pulverization facility and you're able to turn all of the excess iron that you find into double excess iron or into triple or even quadruple. I don't actually know how far you can go with regards to pulverization. I know that there's upgrades and stuff that you can apply to your pulverization facilities, and I think you can probably increase the yield of pulverizing even more than just doubling it. So, you know, at some point in time in the future, you're just getting like an obscene amounts of iron, right? And what I wanted to do, what I used the iron for in my previous Feed the Beast series, was I used that iron to build my spaceship, right? So the idea was that the spaceship that I was building, the ReNDoG space platform, would only be built out of metal blocks. So that would give me the opportunity to actually make use of all of that iron. But I don't think that that's going to be a problem in this series. I suppose we will see as time progresses. But anyway, this is starting to look pretty damn awesome, if I do say so myself. I just want to finish off this corridor, and it's going to give us a really good idea about how we are going to create the secondary passageway. Oh my goodness, I've trapped myself out of my own damn laboratory over here. Let's just bust our way through here. But isn't it crazy how much this place is transforming? It's ridiculous. It's kind of like watching an evolution, right? I think it's so cool. And yeah, let's just get these blocks in like this. Okay, and this is where the wedge action is going to go. So let's get the wedges down. I think we probably have enough wedges to finish this off. Nope, that is cute, but definitely, nope. Ah, wedges and stairs. Oh, come on now. Well, guys, as hard as I try, I cannot get this damn wedge to fit in here, and I think it's because there is a wedge block behind the wedge block here. In fact, yes, that is probably one of those corner pieces of the pulverization facility. So I want to try a little something today, and this is something that I was thinking about last night when I was going to sleep, trying to figure out a way to perhaps break up the monotony of the tunnel. You know, once the tunnel is completely finished, it is going to be a little bit monotonous, and I was thinking about potentially adding some sort of, I don't know, like a support beam, I guess, is how I would describe it. So let me see if I can actually do this on camera without messing it up. Here's what I'm thinking, right? So we bring out something like this. Oh yes, I think this is actually going to work out exactly the way that I'm envisioning it, guys. This is going to be so cool. Check it out, right? So we bring it out a little bit like this, and then it creates like these docks, I suppose, or these sections, right? And yes, I think that actually looks really badass. And maybe what we can do is make these sections. Nope, that is the wrong that is the wrong carpenter's block right there. But we could make these sections a different texture, perhaps, to these grates, which I was a little bit worried about being a little bit too monotonous. Let's do a little something like this, right? Yeah, that looks pretty damn cool, I think. I like that. And maybe we can get even crazier, get that chisel out, and maybe get another one of these laboratory console blocks going, right? And we could add a couple of computers in there. Oh, dang it. So check it out. Stick a couple of computers in there, right? Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Probably more that we can do with this. Maybe we can make this pillar a completely different texture, actually. That could work out quite nicely. What about something like that? That looks pretty cool, I suppose, with the neon light thingies going on, and I really like the little computer block here. I think that looks pretty cool. But guys, I'm sure you will agree that this place is starting to look really, really cool, right? I think it's just looking amazing. It's really coming together in my imagination exactly the same way that I have been thinking about it for the last few weeks or so. And I'm very, very pleased with the progress. I hope you guys are enjoying it, man. If you guys have any sweet ideas to make the place even more epic, do let me know in the comment section below. Unfortunately for today, we have run out of time. But if you want some more Survival Stories 3 action, head on over to Iscal85's channel. Make sure that you're following his series at the same time as this one, guys, because he's doing some incredible work too. And we're both doing completely different things. So it's really, really awesome. Anyway, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this very crafty episode. And I just want to take this opportunity to wish you all a happy new year and all the best for 2015. All I know is that 2015 is going to be the year year of the CyberDog, man, and it is going to be freaking awesome. We'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's been ReNDoG playing Survival Stories 3. Goodbye, everybody!